So this video is on one of the things that we install, which is MVHR. So it is mechanical heat recovery ventilation systems, and specifically the ones that we normally fit are something called Zhenders. So I have a unit here. So you've got the air intake and extract from outside, and then you have your air intake and extract from the house. So your warm, dirty air gets exchanged into the cold, clean air, and it exchanges the heat and then throws the air back out into the house at the same temperature. So it allows ventilation inside the house, but you don't lose any heat. Whereas traditional houses, you have to have obviously trickle vents and ventilation within inside the house, otherwise you get stale air and then you start getting problems with condensation, etc., etc. So this allows you, these units allow you to basically seal the whole house up, and it will supply really nice clean air into the house. So people that have like asthma and stuff like that as well, it's really good because it captures all the dust. Just everything about it is great. We originally sized a heat pump to this house as well. I think the original size of the heat pump was probably about 10 kilowatt, and we managed to reduce the size of the heat pump to about 7 kilowatt because we were installing this system. So I'll show you a video of it. So this is the Zehnder system. I think Zehnder is probably one of the best on the market. They are brilliant systems. So just a quick overview of it. You'd have on one side, it actually tells you on top of the unit. I don't know if you can see that. So I think we've set it up this way. So the pictures of the cloud are the intake and extract, and then you've got the intake and extract from the actual house itself. So what it does is it will bring fresh air in, cold fresh air, and then the stale dirty air that's warm will mix with that, and then it will put fresh air that's warm back into the house. So it allows you to have a really nice clean climate in your house. So originally the customer actually wanted the unit in the loft, but we just could not get the head space, so that's why we've had to pop it down there. So this is an overview of the actual loft space itself. So same again, we kind of got the extract and intake to the unit. One of the decisions that we've made on this system is obviously it's all about clean and fresh air. So what we've done is this side of the house is where the road is, and this side is a nice clean garden. There's forest behind there. So the air intake to the system, we've made sure that we put it on the side of the garden so it's not sucking in air with fumes, and then obviously there with the fumes, that's the extract all the way out. So this is, I mean, obviously this isn't quite finished yet. But yeah, we've got a lot of ducting in here. There's some the other side that I don't know if you can see it down there. So when you're installing MVHR, you do have to think about the actual ducting and the routing. Now, what in an ideal world you would have it in the fabric of the house. The reason for that, obviously, there's going to be warm air going in and out. I've got a little bit of tube. It's 90mm ducting. I'll just show it to you. So this is the stuff that we use. So it's rigid, but it's slightly flexible as well. But if that's not insulated and you've got warm air going through there into a cold loft space, what will happen is you'll end up getting lots of condensation build up. I've actually been called to quite a few jobs in the past where people have had this pipework put in and they didn't insulate it, and it's just full of water. So yeah, it's really important. And also obviously the manifolds up here as well, they need to be fully insulated as well, because the same again, what you're going to do is you're going to have problems with warm air and cold air mixing. So with the pipework to the Zehnder, we're actually using the Zehnder comfort pipe. So this is one of the 45s they give us. So obviously it's very thick polystyrene, which is obviously a very good insulative material. So that's why I use that. So on all of the intakes and extracts and everything else like that, it's all been sort of insulated anyway, so we don't need to worry about that, and it goes together really nicely. Actually, it's a very good bit. So there's a few things that we've got to do on there. We've got to put some clips on as well, just to make sure that it doesn't come off. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of how simple the system is. I'll show you all the plenums as well, so you can have a little look for yourself. But it's, you know, I think the main part of the system really is getting the calculations correct, obviously, and the actual commissioning of the system. So I'm not commissioning it today, so I can't do a video, but I will do a video on the commissioning side of things. But yeah, that's the main thing, is to get the system designed correctly for it to work properly. So a really important part of the system is actually where you're going to be putting your ducts, your plenums, the air intake, and the extract. So in this house, obviously this is the living area. So we did have a few constraints where we could actually run the duct in the house. So we've got 1, 2 there, and then we have one here that we've actually finished. I don't know if you can see that, sorry, excuse that. These are all fresh air in, and this is the kitchen here, and this is the extract. Now, in the kitchens, you have to be very, very careful about where you put the extract. Now, the last thing you want is grease going up into your MVHR system. So it's important to get them away from the cooking into a cleaner part of the kitchen. So at least they're drawing out the dirty air, but they're not drawing out grease. These are the things. These are like one of the most important parts of the MVHR system, because this is what will regulate how much air goes in and out. So what we have to do is cut them off flush. Stick one of these in. These are Airy, the manufacturer of these. And then obviously this goes in, and then what you can do is you can spin the disc. Careful of that. Spin the disc in and out to allow the amount of air in. And the way that we commission the system is we have a meter. We stick it up and we can measure the amount of airflow going in or out of the system. And then we can adjust them vents by just twisting them. And here we are outside the property. It's a lovely day for it, actually. So yeah, you can probably see behind me, there's a like main road there, and that is the vent. That's the extract vent. So one thing I will say is, yeah, it's pretty ugly. But I think they do different colours, but that's the colour that the customer wanted. So yeah, there is. So yeah, if you've got any questions, just leave some comments. I'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, MVHR is just one of those things. It's an expensive thing to put in, but once you've got it in your house, it's just such a good system.